from a swing that we thought worked pretty good then, and we realized it wouldn't work good for longevity. And why don't you take them through what you've done?
Okay, let's see. We've changed my left-hand grip, made it a little bit weaker. We've, narrowed my stance a little bit, tried to get the club up a little earlier, keep the club head in front of my hands a little longer, going back, higher right arm. Then from there, round off the left arm, make it a little flatter at the top, left wrist.
That's right.
Left arm up a little higher. Then from there, get the club down in front of me. From here, there I can arc it off with a little bit of a bow in my left hand to a nice short follow-through.
What does arc it off?
A lot of the changes Peter the Tiger's made, and he had to get stronger to make them, and he really has. He's, what are you, heavier now than when you first came on the tour?
Yeah, I came on the tour at 158, now I'm 180.
Yeah, so he's really worked out and got stronger, and that's allowed you to do the things in your swing that we've worked on. Let's take a setup here, and we'll talk a little bit about your takeaway. Normal swing now with your driver. How much shorter do you feel you are than in '96 when you turned pro, off the tee? With a normal swing, not trying to hit one really hard.
Probably a good 10 to 12, 15 yards.
Yeah, he's probably, to make the changes that he needed to make and to get more accurate, as he told you in our last segment, in driving accuracy, which would be an incredible feat, is his length. He's had to give up some of the distance. And giving up the distance doesn't mean it's still not in there, because you've still got that
still crank
30
it
or
up.
40 yards if you need it.
I can still hit about at least a good 30 when I want to, but the problem is I don't hit the ball, obviously, as accurate. When I really want to step on one, I'll probably increase it by about 20 yards.
How tough was it to get the arm swing shorter and in sync to where you really trusted it like you do now?
You know, we hit so many golf balls. What the drill I absolutely could not stand, and I still can't stand.
Let's see it then.
Is that take the club up to the top and stop, and then come down and hit the shot. And this is a drill that he made me do for hours upon hours, and we're out there sweating. It's 100 degrees out there.
You were sweating.
we were both working pretty hard, but the thing is, it's just...
To get that feeling, and this is good for the average golfer who's watching. Here's a guy who's the best player in the world, who hits more balls than anybody on the planet, and it's taken him over a year to feel comfortable with that, hitting thousands of balls, where the recreational golfer takes one lesson for 30 minutes from their local PGA pro, and they just figure they've got it. They've got it made by doing that. And so it just tells you how hard you have to work at this game. This man works harder than anyone I've ever seen. Greg Norman, when I worked with him, was the hardest worker I'd ever seen until Tiger came along, and he worked harder than even
my
Greg.
body, my spine angle would change, and I'd chase my right hand. That's the shot I had, and I still have it every once in a while.
A lot of people at home have that shot, too.
Well, they don't have it at 150 miles per hour like he does, that's for sure. Well, really now, he tries to hold his hips and get his arms in front of his hip motion, where if we told an average person that, they do that all the time, they'd be staying back here and just throwing their hands at it and never hit it. And like he says, that's a feeling. And the one thing Tiger and I talk about all the time is that feel and real are not the same thing. What you feel you're doing, you're very seldom doing.
True. Very true.
What kind of tension do you feel?
You're out of position where you get a little slumped in, the head's down a little. And what happens now, he's going to have to come up to hit this ball. Now go
not only that, I also take the club inside, too.
He usually always goes inside. Now take your good posture. You can see the chin gets up, the back is much straighter. If we look at this position right here, you can see there's a lot of room from his chin and his chest. This just allows the turn, the right shoulder to get underneath.
Readiness, kind of a sense.
To be honest with you, Peter, I just sit up and I just go. I mean, I'm being dead honest. I don't feel like I'm trying to put more weight on the balls of my feet, more weight on the right side.
Always talking about posture, ball position.
Grip, you name it. It has to do with just to sit up and try and get aligned.